Hello.
And welcome to part 2 of my Human Designs of the Digital Circus cast. Sadly, I am even more sick today, so I am very sorry if my voice sounds even more congested or if I'm having trouble breathing like that. If that's annoying, I'm very, very sorry. Okay, we are starting off with Zooble. Yippee! I love Zooble! Yay! I really had no general idea for their design until I started sketching it out. Really just none at all. I was just kind of going with it. I started primarily by just sketching out their body shape that I use for most of the designs I draw them normally with, and I just made it more humanoid and went with that. That was basically the idea I had. I didn't really want them to be completely androgynous, as I knew that in the show and the way I pictured them, they seemed more like a tomboy to me than an actual, like, androgynous, you can't tell what gender they are person. I don't know, maybe that's just the vibes I got from Ashley, but I'm not sure. I had absolutely no idea what to do for the hair as well. My original idea was I wanted something on the lines of Jinx from Arcane for the front of the hair, and then for the back and for that design I went somewhat with Ramona Flowers from Scott Pilgrim. On the other side, which I'm about to add, I believe, I added like these Jiro-ish side bangs. I don't know why, I just feel like that fit them, just kind of cuz. And I wanted them to have a very unique hairstyle that's recognizable, because why not? I also feel like they dress pretty simple, despite being complicated in the circus, as they do have a big vibe of just, I don't care. And so I was just kind of making them in general look really interesting, and not necessarily what they have to do to keep up with that every day, because I believe they would just look like that. I also just put them in house slippers because, one, I was too lazy to design actual shoes for them, and two, I don't think they'd leave the house very much. I don't know if I'm saying this right or not, but I also gave Zooble vitiligo because, yes. And it just fits them. They have to look naturally a little bit discordant, and oh my gosh, I love them for that. Also, I feel like they would have very very fashionable casual clothing, because in my AU, most of my designs of Zooble, they are a fashion designer. At least they are now. They weren't in the past, but they are now, because I just feel like that fits them, and they have a very unique style, and I feel like it'd get picked up online and in public very quickly. They're just so pretty. I have absolutely no idea what ethnicity these two characters will be, and also, I don't know what I was talking about when I decided that when I decided the ethnicities of Pomni and Jax, because I'm looking back at them now and I'm like, what the frick? Why did I do that? Because I've had canon for so long that Jax is Japanese, and I just suddenly made him Norwegian? Huh? Why? Anyway, that's Zooble. It's time to get started on Gangle! Gangle, my baby! I really loved Gangle's design from the after show. The only problem was that I planned to make Ragatha look more similar to her from the after show, and so I was like, maybe I should go for something more original and more different, which, I did. Yippee. Oh my gosh, why are the visuals sideways? Oh, no, wait, never mind. Yes, Gangle, the very, very shy anime art kid. We love her. I knew, like, 100% that I wanted her to be sort of resembling some form of anime girl protagonist thing. I was gonna go for, like, a schoolgirl slice of life thing, And then I remembered that she's not a teenager. So I was like, maybe I should go for a design with something else. I did not change the outfit much, but as you will see later, I decided to take a lot of inspiration from Nezuko from Demon Slayer. Because, yes, also I thought Nezuko's hair looked like ribbons and was like, that's kind of a cool idea. And so yep, there's the hair. And so I kind of put that on Gangle because yippee, yippee, strong woman who is also very feminine and cutesy. Yippee! I don't know what I'm yapping about, bro. Oh my gosh. What the frick is wrong with me? I just think females are very neat, okay? Gulp. So I added a little bit of makeup over her eyes. I'm not completely sure why I done that. I just thought it would fit her, and I wanted her to kind of look like she's very cutesy and she's very feminine, but also has kind of like a darker vibe to her because, you know, circus. Yippee. I just feel like everyone after coming out of the circus was a little bit more eccentrically connected to life than they were beforehand, and I think that was a pretty good time to explain this whole AU. So essentially, most of the gang comes out. I'm not completely sure if Kinger will be coming with them, because my theory is also that Kinger is the whole key to letting them leave. But what happens is, essentially, they all come to the conclusion that anyone they choose to live with or be around is going to think they're absolutely crazy. And so they know that each other are the only ones that will genuinely understand what they're going through and their problems and what they went through. And so everyone ends up just going to a more remote area, and they sort of have this sort of, I said sort of twice. Wow, I'm so intelligent. Yippee. They all form this little remote homestead together, sort of. I do not really have it fleshed out yet, but that's the idea. Not all of them live in the same house, but they live very close nearby, and they are learning to accept their flaws and all of that. I plan for it to be very fluffy and sweet. Anyway, that's my gangle design, and that is my zooble design. I think they look freaking awesome. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you had a good time. And if you have any questions about my characters or my AU or anything like that, please feel free to ask in the comments down below. Goodbye.